Hi students, today we're going to be learning about how a seed turns into a plant and what a flower needs to grow, and then we're going to plant our own flowers and watch them grow over the next couple of days. First, we're going to read one of my favorite books, Oh Say Can You Seed by Dr. Seuss. Now, the activity that we're going to do when we plant our flowers will work on our fine and gross motor skills, and all of the information I'll be teaching you in the book will be helping our cognitive skills. Oh Say Can You Seed by Dr. Seuss. I'm the Cat in the Hat, and I think that you need to come take a look at this thing called a seed. From the giant gum tree to this very small weed, every flowering plant started out as a seed. Plants are so useful to me and to you. Can you think of the ways? I will name a few. The paper for books and the cloth for your pants came from trees and from cotton. That's two kinds of plants. The grains and the fruits and the veggies you eat, why, they come from plants too. And here's something neat. In deserts and woods and rainforests thick, grow plants that can make you feel well when you're sick. Yes, plants serve us well and fill so many needs, and flowering plants all started as seeds. Just what is a seed, you are wondering maybe? Well, you might say a seed is a tiny plant baby. The best way for you to see just what I mean is to take a close look at a seed called a bean. Like all seeds, a bean comes in three basic parts. Thing 1 and thing 2, please bring on the charts. Part 1 is the first that I think you should know. It's the part that's the baby. It's called embryo. To sprout, it needs food, like you and I do, which brings us to seed part numero 2. It's called cotyledon. Say, isn't that fun? This bean seed has 2, but some others have 1. Last comes the third part that you need to know. It's the coat which protects our cute bean embryo. To sprout a bean seed, keep it moist but not wet. Keep it covered with dirt and then see what you get. A root spreads below and a stem shoots above. In 7 or so days comes the part that I love. Now, in order to show you a grown bean plant, we've traveled in time for some months, maybe 2. Thing 2 calls this part the above ground shoot system, and thing 1 calls the part an underground root system. See all the parts of a plant? To get a good look at the roots underground, it is better to make like a mole, I have found. Roots are not pretty, they're twisty and hairy, and some roots look even a little bit scary. Roots anchor a plant and help it stand true. Roots suck up the water and minerals too. And roots keep the soil from just washing away. That's pretty important now, wouldn't you say? We've talked about roots, we have learned about them. Now it's time we moved on to the stem. The stem is a pipe through which water shoots. It's absorbed from the soil and passed up through the roots. It shoots through the plant, and next, as you'll see, the leaves each turn into a food factory. Leaves come in all shapes and sizes, I've found. Some small and some spiky, some big and some round. But the thing that all leaves have in common is this: they make their own food by photosynthesis. Plants are the only living things on Earth that make their own food. To do this, plants need water, minerals, and sun. And that's why the daytime's when food making's done. So remember, plants need water, food, and sun. For your information and also for fun, hop in my shrink-upper and let's see how it's done. The leaf takes in CO2 through a stoma or pore. It works like a mouth, and that's what it's for. Then the air gets mixed in with the water and sun, and that's how the food-making factory is run. I see by my clock that now is the hour to drop in and say hello to the flower. Now this says plants breathe out a gas that we breathe in. The name of that gas is oxygen. Thing 2 has a chart, he will share it with you, that shows you what the parts of a flower all do. See, if you look at the chart, you can see all the different parts of a flower. In the pistil are ovules. They're unfertilized seeds. The stamen holds pollen, which an ovule needs. An unfertilized ovule will not ever grow, and pollen's the stuff that will fix that, you know. A flower's own pollen or another's okay. That's where the bees play a role, by the way. To make honey, bees need to get nectar from flowers. They fly and they gather this sweet stuff for hours. The pollen sticks onto their bodies and legs. It falls off and sometimes it reaches the eggs. An ovule that's fertilized becomes a seed. Around it grows fruit upon which we feed. When we say the word fruit, do you know what that means? It means olives, nuts, grains, plantains, and tangerines. And apples and oranges and pineapples too. All kinds of plant foods that are healthy for you. Some fruits are juicy and messy to munch on. Dry ones like nuts are just nice to crunch on. Not all plants with seeds give us edible fruit. Some plants have seeds that look weird or look cute. But seeds are hitchhikers that ride on your clothes, and dandelion seeds sometimes fly up your nose. Some seeds come in pods that explode like a sneeze. Other seeds may have wings and can fly on a breeze. But whether they stick or they blow or they fly, seeds bring us life, and now you know why. I see the sun setting, and here comes the moon. Your mother is calling. Your dinner is soon. I hope you have learned from my little seed talk, and now I will climb up this giant beanstalk. The end. So now that we know all about the parts of a flower and how seeds are so important to us, we're going to grow our own flower. So what I want you to do is go to your parents and get them to help you for this part. First, what you'll need is a pack of seeds. We are going to grow morning glory flowers. Next, what you need is a pot for your plant to grow in. You're going to need some water because remember what the book said, plants need water to grow. Then, what else did it say? We need soil. So I have this big bag of soil, which is just kind of like dirt, but it has lots of nutrients in it for the plants to grow. You also need a little shovel called a trowel. This is what a lot of people use for gardening. And a lot of people, like my dad, garden in April because a lot of rain comes in April, and then in May, flowers grow. We have a saying that says April showers bring May flowers. So first what we're going to do is get your pot and then get your trowel. You're going to put some soil in the pot. Fill it up almost halfway, and then we're going to put our seeds in. You might get a little messy during this, so you might want to do it outside. After you fill your pot about halfway up, we're going to use our finger and we're going to make a little hole in it for the seeds. Now I want you to open your pack of seeds, but you might need to get your parents' help. So we're going to open our pack of seeds and we're going to pour them in the hole you just made. But first, let's take a look at what they look like. Look how tiny these seeds are. This little seed is going to grow into a pretty flower, just like this one on the picture. So we're going to take our seeds and we're going to put them in the hole that we just made. After you've planted your seeds, we're going to get our trowel again and we're going to put a little bit more soil in it. Make sure you cover the seeds, but don't pack it down because we want our flowers to be able to shoot up through the dirt and grow. After you cover your seeds, we're going to get our water. Remember what the book said, what things do flowers need to grow? Do you guys remember? They need soil and nutrients. They need air. they need water, and they need sunlight. So now we're going to pour water over our seeds so they can drink it up and grow. Now you don't want to pour too much water or you'll drown your seeds and then they won't grow. After you've watered your plant, you need to put it in a sunny place like a windowsill or outside on your porch. And then, like Dr. Seuss said, 7 days later, you will grow a beautiful flower just like this. Now that we've done our whole lesson, let's see what you remember. Do you remember what I said we were working on today? Fine motor skills, which are your fingers, and that's what using the shovel and the dirt. And gross motor skills, which is using the shovel to scoop with your arm. We also learned about cognitive skills, and this was when we were trying to remember what plants need to grow. Now we're going to take a little quiz. Parents, you can check over your child's answers. So, what do plants need to grow? Do you remember? Is it A, water, soil, air, and sunlight? Is it B, sand, darkness, and heat? Or is it C, lots of water and no sun? Do you guys remember? That's right, it's A. Now question number 2, what do plants come from? Did Dr. Seuss say it was beans, seeds, or both? That's right, both. Good job, guys. So now you just have to wait 7 days and you'll start to see a little sprout come up in your pot, and that'll be the flowers that you planted. And soon, after about 2 weeks, you'll have these beautiful morning glories. If you put them outside in May, they'll be beautiful flowers. And in April, it'll start to rain and it'll help them grow. Thanks for watching.